The first time the song appeared, it was only a few seconds long. A dimly lit stage. A young voice carrying a melody so soft it almost sounded like a memory. No official title. No verified source. Just a short clip posted quietly on social media, accompanied by a caption that immediately ignited curiosity across fan communities. Some claimed it was an unreleased song connected to Yu Menglong. Others believed it was simply a tribute performance created by a fan. But one detail pushed the mystery even further. After going viral, the full song could not be found anywhere online. That absence became the story. Within hours, the clip spread across Chinese social media platforms. Reposts appeared with emotional captions asking the same question. Where did this song come from? Why was there no official upload? Who was the singer? And why did the performance feel so deeply connected to Yu Menglong's legacy? The internet responded the way it always does when emotion meets uncertainty. It searched. Fans opened old archives, replayed forgotten interviews, revisited music appearances, and compared vocal styles from years past. Some believed the melody resembled themes from his previous drama soundtracks. Others insisted it sounded completely original, too personal to be accidental. The mystery grew larger precisely because there were no clear answers. The short clip itself was haunting in its simplicity. A spotlight above. A shadowed figure standing still. No dramatic stage design, no visible audience, just a quiet performance that felt intimate and unfinished. The singer's voice trembled slightly on certain lines, giving the impression that emotion, not perfection, was the focus. That emotional rawness made the performance unforgettable. Comment sections filled with reactions from viewers who admitted they cried without even understanding the full story. Some described the melody as strangely familiar, as if they had heard it before in another life. Others said it felt like a goodbye disguised as a song. Soon, a rumor began spreading that the track had been removed intentionally. No one could prove it. There were no official statements, no confirmed deletions, but the lack of a full version fueled speculation. If the clip existed, why was the complete performance missing? This question transformed ordinary curiosity into obsession. Fan communities created entire threads dedicated to locating the original upload. Some users claimed they had seen a longer version before it disappeared. Others said they remembered a different title attached to the clip. Screenshots surfaced, blurry and incomplete, adding even more confusion. Each new fragment created hope, then uncertainty. One late-night livestream became especially popular when a fan creator attempted to reconstruct the melody using only the viral snippet. Thousands watched as the musician replayed the same 10 seconds, trying to predict the missing verses. The comment section moved like a storm. Some listeners corrected notes. Others typed emotional messages about how the sound reminded them of Yu Menglong's most reflective performances. It was no longer just about finding a song. It had become a collective act of remembrance. As the weeks passed, creators began making tribute edits using the clip as background audio. Scenes from Yu Menglong's dramas were layered over the melody. Silent stares, rain scenes, farewell dialogues, moments where his characters stood at emotional crossroads. The edits made the mystery feel even deeper, as though the unfinished song and his unfinished absence were somehow connected. One particular video gained millions of views. It opened with a simple line on a black screen. Some songs are not lost. They are waiting to be remembered. Then the music began. The video cut between the young singer under the spotlight and old clips of Yu Menglong smiling quietly during interviews. The pacing was slow, deliberate. Every silence between notes felt intentional. By the end, viewers were left staring at darkness for several seconds before the screen faded completely. People called it one of the most emotional tribute videos they had ever seen. And still, no one found the full song. Entertainment bloggers began discussing the phenomenon itself. Not whether the song was real, but why people were so desperate to find it. Some argued that the mystery represented unfinished grief. Others believed audiences were attaching emotional meaning to something because they needed a symbolic way to process loss. In the digital age, memory often survives through fragments. A short clip, a line from an interview, a screenshot, a melody without an ending. Yu Menglong's legacy had already become deeply emotional for many fans, and the rumored unreleased song fit perfectly into that emotional landscape. It did not need official confirmation to feel important. It only needed resonance. Interestingly, younger audiences who had never followed his career became curious because of the mystery. They discovered his dramas through the song rumor. Streaming platforms saw renewed searches. People who came looking for a missing track stayed to watch the performances that made him unforgettable. That transformation mattered. The mystery stopped being about proof and became about connection. Some fans stopped searching entirely. They decided the beauty of the song was in its incompleteness. Like memory itself, it existed only in fragments. A complete version might answer questions, but it could also remove the emotional space people had built around it. Others refused to give up. Every few months, the clip resurfaces again. Someone reposts it. Someone asks the same question. Why can't the full song be found? And once again, the internet begins searching. The comments remain the same. I still cry every time I hear this. It feels like he is speaking through the melody. Maybe some songs are not meant to be found. Months later, even without answers, the mystery continues. Perhaps that is why it remains powerful, because unfinished stories stay with people longer. A completed song ends. A missing one lingers. And somewhere between rumor, tribute, and memory, this unreleased melody became more than a song. It became a symbol of how audiences hold on to the people who moved them, not through facts alone, but through feeling. And in that quiet space where certainty disappears, the music of remembrance continues to play, even when no one can find the final verse. As time passed, the search for the missing song began to take on a life of its own. It was no longer just fans of Yu Menglong asking questions. Music lovers, drama viewers, and even casual social media users found themselves drawn into the mystery. Something about an unfinished melody and an unconfirmed story felt impossible to ignore. It created the kind of emotional tension that the internet rarely lets go of. Fan forums started organizing what they called listening nights, where users gathered online to replay the short viral clip together. Some would slow the audio down, trying to catch hidden words in the lyrics. Others enhanced the sound quality, hoping the background noise might reveal clues about where the performance took place. Was it recorded at a private memorial event? Was it part of a rehearsal? Or was it simply a fan tribute that accidentally became something much bigger? Every theory seemed possible because nothing had been officially explained. One popular discussion focused on the emotional tone of the voice itself. Listeners argued that the singer did not sound like someone performing for attention, but someone carrying personal weight. The slight breaks in the voice, the hesitation before certain notes, and the almost whispered ending all gave the impression of genuine grief. This detail made the performance feel intimate, and intimacy created belief. Soon, fan artists began painting scenes inspired by the mystery. Some imagined a quiet stage with only one chair under a single light. Others created symbolic artwork of a song sheet blowing through the wind, disappearing before the final page could be read. These images spread quickly, turning the story into visual poetry. The missing song was no longer just audio. It had become an emotional symbol. Even creators outside the fandom joined the conversation. Documentary-style channels released videos exploring the rumor, each one trying to answer the same question from a different angle. Some approached it as an internet mystery. Others treated it as a lesson in how digital grief works. The strongest videos did not claim certainty. Instead, they focused on why people needed the song to be real. Because sometimes people are not searching for music. They're searching for closure. This idea changed everything. Many viewers admitted that they were less interested in finding proof and more interested in preserving the feeling the clip created. The song gave them a way to continue remembering. It transformed grief into participation. Instead of simply mourning from a distance, they could search, discuss, interpret, and contribute. One of the most touching moments came when a young musician uploaded her own complete version of the song, writing that she had finished it based on what she imagined the missing verses would say. Her lyrics spoke of memory, unfinished conversations, and voices that remain even after silence. The video quickly spread, and thousands of comments thanked her for giving shape to something they had been carrying emotionally. Even then, viewers reminded each other that the mystery itself was part of the beauty. If the original full version ever appeared, it might answer questions, but it would also end a chapter that had connected so many people. And so the search continues. Every repost starts it again. Every emotional comment keeps it alive. Every cover version adds another layer to the story. In the end, the missing song became more than a rumor. It became a shared ritual of remembrance, proof that sometimes what cannot be found leaves the deepest mark. And for many fans, that unfinished melody will always sound like the quiet echo of Yu Menglong's lasting legacy.